Hello everyone. Already we have studied what is time response analysis and what is time domain analysis of the system. So the time response analysis or time domain analysis is nothing but analysis of system performance with respect to time. So why we are studying means how to know the performance of a control system for any input signal, how to design the control system which meets the desired response and control requirements. So in order to answer these questions, we are doing the time response analysis of the system. So with the help of time response analysis, we can know the performance of the control system for any input signal, and with the help of time response analysis, we can design the control system which meets the desired response. So already we have studied about the transient and steady state response. So the time domain analysis refers to the system performance with respect to time. There are two common ways of analyzing the response. So other than transient and steady state, we are having two more responses of the system, that is natural response. It is also called as free force response, and one more natural response, it is also called as the free force response, and one more is force response. We are already studying about the transient and steady state. So in this lecture we are going to study about the natural and force response, and along with we are going to study about the different standard test signals. So first of all, what is natural response? Natural response is also called as the zero input response. Natural response is nothing but system's response to initial conditions with all external forces are set to zero. So whenever any circuit, if you make the external forces are equal to zero, then we get some response. That response is called as the natural response. Natural response is also called as the zero input response. So in order to understand this term, let us take one example, that is in RLC circuits. In RLC circuit, we are getting the responses, we are getting the RLC circuit response without taking the initial conditions of inductor and capacitor. For example, if you take the initial conditions of inductor and capacitor, and we have to make the input voltage equal to 0, then that is said to be the natural response. We know that for inductor and capacitor we are having the 0, we are having the initial response. So we have to make the initial response equal to 0. Initial response we have to consider, and we need to make the independent voltage source response equal to 0. Then only we are getting the natural response. So without applying any input, if you take the response of the system, that is the natural response or zero input response. Similarly, what is forced response? Forced response is also called as the zero state response. System's response to external forces with zero initial conditions are called as the zero state response. So in forced response, we have to assume all the initial conditions to be 0, and we have to take the response due to the applied voltages or applied currents. So in same example, in RLC circuit, the response due to the external voltage source and due to the external current source is called as the forced response. So the total time response of the system may be the combination of natural and forced response, or the combination of transient and steady state response. So let us move to the next topic, that is standard test signals. So what is meant by standard test signals? So in order to know the response of any system, we have to apply some input signal, and we need to obtain the response of that particular signal. So what are the basic signals we have to apply for the system? The basic signals are unit impulse signal. So the unit impulse signal is denoted with del of t, and this is the unit impulse signal. So we are getting the unit impulse signal value for t equal to 0, and whenever t not equal to 0, we are getting the unit impulse signal value is 0. And area under this finite duration, we are assuming this value is 1. So the next type of signal, so the unit impulse signal exists only at t equal to 0. The area of this signal under small interval of time around t is equal to 1. So the next type of signal is the unit step signal. So the unit step signal also u of t equal to 1 when t greater than 0 and u of t equal to 0 when t less than 0. This is the representation of the unit step signal. So the unit step signal exists only for all positive values of t. Whenever t greater than 0, then only we are getting the unit step signal. When t less than 0, we are not getting the unit step signal. The unit step signal is value is 0. The next type of signal is the unit ramp signal. The unit ramp signal is indicated with the r of t, and r of t equal to t for t greater than 0 and r of t equal to 0 for t less than 0. And we can write the unit ramp signal in the form of unit step signal also. So the unit ramp signal is r of t equal to t into u of t, So this is the unit ramp signal r of t, that is equal to t when t greater than 0, that is equal to 0 when t less than 0. And the next signal is the unit parabolic signal. So the unit parabolic signal is represented with the p of t. The p of t equal to t square by 2 for t greater than 0, 0 for t less than 0. So we can write the unit parabolic signal in terms of unit step signal also. So the p of t equal to t square by 2 into u of t. This is the unit parabolic signal. So in order to do the time response analysis of any system, we are applying these basic signals at the input of the system, and we are analyzing the system response with respect to this input signal. For example, if I am taking this as the system, this is the system S. So at the input side, I have to apply any of the signal. It may be impulse, it may be ramp, it may be parabolic, or it may be unit step, and I need to obtain, I am obtaining some response. So I am analyzing this response with respect to time in time domain analysis. So I am not discussing in brief about the signals, just I am giving the hint. So what are the different signals we are using in the system. Thank you all. Hope you get some knowledge about the time response analysis. In the next class, I am going to take first order system. Thank you everyone.